some memories of Harry Edwards, one of the greatest pioneers for healing during his time, which spanned over 2 world wars. Next, please. The medals. These are some of the medals that Harry had, which he was awarded during his war years. Next, please. This is Harry. During the outbreak of war in 1914, having finished a printing apprenticeship at the age of 21, Harry joined the Royal Sussex Regiment and was sent to India in 1915. Here, he was detailed to the King's Own zappers and miners, like the Royal Engineers, who needed his printing skills. To justify, he was elated to the grade of engineer, promoted to Lance Corporal, and given a saw. He thus had the distinction of being commissioned in the field. Next, please. Harry in Baghdad. After a very short training with a theodolite and a crash course in the bridge building, he was sent off to Persia with orders to build the railway track between Kirkuk and Baghdad. He was given a platoon of soldiers and used local people as his workforce. He later claimed with amusement that no train ever dared to go faster than 5 miles an hour over his piece of track. He also built a bridge next to the river it had to cross and dynamited the river to change its course to run under the bridge, as he had no idea how to build a crosswater. He also had to build an incinerator for the camp's refuse, which he decided wouldn't be a simple square shape, but a round, tapering cylinder, which ended up so high it was nicknamed the Edwards Mosque. It was here that his reputation as a healer started. Although his men suffered many injuries, they seemed to heal quickly in Harry's presence. This was despite only having very basic first aid equipment. The locals called him Hakim, which means healer. This accord was confirmed when the local sheikh brought his pitiful, frail mother to Harry for treatment. Having only carbolic tooth powder to his hand, this was given to the patient by a desperate Harry. However, the lady was cured despite all odds. When it was time to leave Persia, the roads were lined with hundreds of weeping people begging their Hakim to stay. Next, please. The Home Guard. At the outbreak of the Second World War, a 46-year-old Harry joined the Home Guard, soon becoming a platoon commander. As his platoon had not been issued with pikes to see off the invading enemy, Harry provided all of his men with a 15-inch long sections of rubber hose, weighted with lead, obtained by melting down some of his printer's type. Harry became the bombing officer, specializing in a sticky bomb designed to put tanks out of action. Again, his healing skills would be needed. One night, during an air raid, he heard a sergeant complaining about his eye problems and included him in his regular absent healing sessions. The sergeant subsequently recovered fully. Next, please. This is Balham House. One day in 1944, Harry's home in Balham was hit by a V-1 flying bomb and a major part of the roof blown away. Harry was distraught that all of his healing records had been destroyed. However, this didn't stop Harry. He even carried healings in the street. Next, please. This is Ewell House. Harry then moved to a house in Ewell, where he used his front room as a healing sanctuary. He continued to receive many visitors. As his fame spread, his healing took over, and he no longer had any time for his printing business, so he handed this business over to his brother. Although a chapter of Harry's life had come to an end, he was about to take real steps towards founding an institution which would become revered throughout the world. Next, please. Burrows Lea. As the news of this wonderful healing spread, the number of visitors increased so much that Harry had to find new premises. In 1946, He moved his extended family. Next slide, Teresa. Thank you. Team Harry and his healing practice to Burrows Lea, a beautiful country house near to the idyllic village of Shear. He bought the house with his sister Ivy for £8,000, £4,000 less than the asking price. He moved in with only £17 in his back pocket, and he certainly that this was the perfect place for his new healing sanctuary. Next, please.
Just quickly on that, Rowena, with the people that are in the picture there, do we know who some of them are?
The one right at the front on the right-hand side is Harry Edwards.
Yeah.
Next slide, please. This is Harry waving everyone away. They converted the billiard room into the sanctuary, and it wasn't long before coachloads of people began visiting, all hoping to receive contact healing. Distance healing was just as popular, and they started to receive as many as 10,000 letters per week asking for healing help. Next, please. Next year, at the Harry Edwards Healing Sanctuary, we will be celebrating 75 years of healing there. It is great that because of this technology, we can now offer telephone, Skype, Zoom, and distance healing. Each letter is answered and the names are included in the healing book, which is kept in the sanctuary. When the lockdown is lifted, you'll be able to visit the sanctuary for contact healing and animal.
Oh. Can you see that okay?